I'm Kellen Buchholz, and I'm the interim president of the Rapid Shifters Car Club of Rapid City, South Dakota. The club was originally founded in 1953 in Rapid City, making it basically the oldest car club in Rapid City. But it folded in 1965, and we brought it back in 2020. And our focus is basically vintage hot rods, and any car that's in our club looks like it was built before 1965. And this vehicle next to me here is a 1933 Ford pickup. We found it taken apart in a semi-trailer in 2020, and I did a 7-month build on it, and we drove it 7 months and 2 days later after getting it. It's got a 1946 Mercury flathead in it and a 39 Ford transmission, a 1940 Ford rear end. It has 1935 Ford 16-inch wire wheels on the front, and it has 18-inch wire wheels on the back that I widened 1.5 inches.
My name is Ryan Ellerton. This is my 1927 Ford Model T two-door sedan. It's on a Model A chassis, 1930 Model A chassis. It's got a Chevy 283 small block in it, L79 cam, camel hump heads, board 40 over. It's got 1950 Ford drum brakes, juice brakes. It's got a 34 Ford solid axle under it, split wishbones front and rear. Ford 9-inch in the back, turbo 350 transmission. The interior, it's been chopped 9 inches. The dash cluster is out of a 1951 Nash. The steering wheel is out of a 1960 Atwood boat. Kind of a little different deal. But the roof has been covered with a white tuck and roll vinyl, same as the door panels. There's this white tuck and roll, poor man's tuck and roll, I guess they call it. It's got 1950 Studebaker hubcaps on it. We narrowed the front wheels to accommodate kind of the big and little tire look. Everything about this was the idea that it was something my grandpa would have built in his garage, in the late 50s. So I've done everything I could to hold true to that. The paint, everything was done in my garage by myself. I had some help from some friends. Kellen, one of the club members here, did some of the sheet metal work, and a lot of wisdom from the other guys. So I really appreciate that and appreciate their help. It's been a lot of fun getting it to this point.
I'm standing in front of our club member Kurt John's 32 Ford 3-window coupe. It's a all original Henry steel body that's not ever been chopped. It's hard to tell, but it is a metallic green that's got flattening agent on it. It's got a 350 Chevy in it and a 700 R4 transmission and a 9-inch Ford rear end. It's got a chrome drop axle and a whole Pete and Jake chassis.
My name is Gary Mahan, and I was in the Rapid Shifters from 1962 to 1965. The jacket was my original jacket my mom and dad bought it for me for my birthday when I was 16, so I've had that jacket for 60 years. The car is a 49 Lincoln Cosmopolitan. It's kind of a rare car because it's a two-door, and they didn't make very many of them because they didn't sell well after the war. It's got a 460 in it. It's a good running car. I did all the work on it. My wife did the interior in it, and it runs and drives just like a new car.
My name is Orville Henriksen, live here in Rapid City, and this is a 1933 Ford Cabriolet that I acquired about 25 years ago in a trade. I had a 87 Corvette I traded for it as an unfinished project, and spent several years finishing it up. It's got the flathead motor in it, a little bit newer one, a 1949 variety. Flathead with an automatic adapted to it, a little newer variety, and has disc brakes and a little bit more modernized, so it drives like a dream. Real fun car to cruise the hills.
Tom Van Pelt from Piedmont, and this is a 28 Model A Roadster on a 32 Ford frame. It's kind of a classic 50s build. There's not anything any newer than 1950 parts on this car. We built it just the way it would have been built back right after World War II or thereabouts. Flathead motor, 39 transmission top load, Halliburton quick change. But it was just kind of one of the styles that came out of California. It's definitely a California style car it's called a high boy. It sets on the frame. The East Coast cars were usually channeled and they set a lot lower on the frame. But yeah, I bought this originally, the body and frame, for $400, and which was a gift. And slowly over a period of years got enough parts to really get serious about putting it together. And this is what I always wanted, is something that mimicked the way they were built when hot rodding first got its initial start. We've taken it to the Grand National Roadster Show, and we've got one of 100 there. We're gifted or received a 1 of 100 cars picked that year at the Grand National Roadster Show, which was pretty amazing for a car built in South Dakota. But it's, I love it. I absolutely love it. It just doesn't go fast. It just is just the way it was built back in the day, and that's the fun of it. It's a mobile time capsule kind of.